Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Inshallah, if you have any questions, we'll try to take a few. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Don't forget about this Thursday, March 31st, 2022 at 9:30 p.m. The history of fasting. The history of fasting, not just in the light of Quran and Sunnah, but outside of the light of Quran and Sunnah as well. The history of fasting among non-Muslims, the Jews, the Christians, the Hindus, the Buddhists, the Taoists, right? What do they say about fasting? Is fasting exclusive to the Muslims? When did Allah send down the legislation of fasting? Was it always the way it is now? Right? The chronological history of Siyam, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. That's going to be on Thursday at 9:30 p.m. Those who wish to sign up and to benefit, you can register and sign up at HadithDisciple.com. Jazakumullahu khairan. Also, please, inshallah ta'ala, don't forget to check out our latest publication, 40 Hadith on Fasting, Volume 1. And inshallah ta'ala, the book is available. You can get it on Amazon, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Just type in 40 Hadith on Fasting, Volume 1. And inshallah ta'ala, we'll put the link in the description of the video. And there are many other works of ours that are also available online as well. Books that are out of print with me, no trunk units, but you can find them online. 40 Hadith on Seeking Knowledge, Volume 1. 40 Hadith on Seeking Knowledge, Volume 2. Mufti Q&A, Volume 1. Mufti Q&A, Volume 2. And other books as well that are available for purchase and for your support. Well, Jazakumullahu khairan. This is an exclusive book. It's fresh, right off the press. No better way of starting off your Ramadan than connecting yourself with the Prophet ﷺ's Sunnah. وجزاكم الله خيرا. حياك الله أخي عمار. بارك الله فيكم. كيف حال الشباب هناك؟ Ali Anwar from London, UK. Assalamu alaikum. Can you name some of the benefits of wearing a thobe, covering the head, and dressing like a Muslim? Many benefits. From those benefits is being modest. From those benefits is being distinguished and recognized as a Muslim. And oftentimes, somebody walks up to you and asks you about your religion. Just the other day, non-Muslim lady in a college campus said to me and another brother, another graduate, student of knowledge, we're there minding our business, ordering food in Ohio. She engaged us. She said, wow, your skirts are really nice. Those are nice skirts that you guys have on. And the brother, he said, well, it's not actually a skirt, so on and so forth. And she says, what is it? And we took that dawah opportunity to call her to Islam. And we called her to Islam. She never said, oh, I'm not going to be a Muslim. Muslims are terrorists. All Muslims are immigrants. Muslims are dirty. Muslims are all on welfare. Muslims are this. Muslims are that. Muslims are that. Muslims are extreme. She never said none of that. She says, oh, really? Thank you. I'm going to check it out. Let me look into Islam. I said, yes, be a Muslim. Come to our religion. You're more than welcomed. And I asked her, why aren't you a Muslim? Not let us defend ourselves while we're Muslim, while we're just like this. Why aren't you upon the fitrah anymore? So wearing a thobe or an izar or a shalwar khamis, it doesn't have to be a Saudi thing. It doesn't have to be a Kuwaiti thing. It doesn't have to be a Khaliji thing. Attire of the Muslims. West Africa, Nigeria, Guinea, South Africa, Central Africa, East Africa, Malaysia, Indonesia, China. What's important is the clothing of Muslims, period. Right? Comes with many benefits, and those are some of the benefits. And Allah surely knows best. Next question. Ali Anwar from London. Does a Muslim get a reward for intentionally striving to avoid sin? Intending to avoid sin is jihad, fi sabilillah. It's a type of jihad. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, you get a reward for that. H8, Burnsville, Minnesota. How often should one trim the mustache? Depends on how you like, how fast your hair grows. If you wanted a basic recommendation, do it every Friday. Every Friday, bi'idhnillahi ta'ala, trim your mustache, your fingernails, and toenails, right? Your private area, underarms, your nose hair, your ear hair, etc., etc. Every Friday, freshen up. Bi'idhnillahi ta'ala. Wallahu alam. Initials Ari from Boston, Massachusetts. Is music a major sin or minor sin? And how bad of a sin is it? Stay away from it. Don't listen to it, period. Walk away from it. Leave it alone. Major, minor. Don't gauge the sin before you do it. MG from Atlanta, Georgia. What is the balance between not overdoing it? Akhi, we're not taking this type of question right now, Akhi. La. No questions pertaining to Ahlul Bidah, ya Akhi. Barakallahu feek. ID. Maharashtra, India. Assalamu alaikum. Is photography haram? We have videos on that. Explain that in detail. Abraz Khan from Reading, UK. Assalamu alaikum, Mufti. If you're traveling to another country, do you still fast? By the way, when are you coming to the UK? If you travel to another Muslim country and you're there, fast with the Muslims there, whether you lose or gain a day. As far as while you're traveling, check out the book, inshallah. AA from Ottawa, Canada. Barakallahu fikum, Sheikh. سمعت قول يخبرنا أن الصوم في النصف الأخير من شعبان حرام. إذا يريد الشخص أن يصوم في هذه الفترة استعدادا لرمضان وليس من عادته أن يصوم مثلا في يوم الاثنين والخميس، هل يأثم على فعله يعني صيامه؟ بارك الله فيك. هذا الحديث ما يثبت عن النبي صلى الله عليه وسلم. إذا انتصف شعبان فلا تصوموا، حديث منكر كما قال الإمام أحمد رحمه الله. فلا كراهة في صيام النصف الأخير النصف الثاني من شهر شعبان مطلقا، لا كراهة في ذلك، بل يستحب لك أن تكثر من الصيام في هذا الشهر، إذ قد ورد عن النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام ما يدل على تأكد استحبابه، أن النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام أكثر من الصيام في شعبان، وذكر بأن الأعمال ترفع إلى الله عز وجل إلى آخره أحاديث كثير ورد في هذا الشيء، فلا كراهة في ذلك فضلا عن التحريم، والله تعالى أعلم. HM from Chicago, Illinois. What do you think of the researchers who say in light of the hadiths, the had for zina is abrogated? Abrogation is the haqq of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. When Allah abrogates something, He abrogates something. And if Allah does not abrogate a thing, it's not abrogated. If it's proven in Quran and Hadith or consensus, ijma', that something is abrogated, fadak, then that's the case. And if not, no. And from the conditions of something being abrogated is that there has to be ta'arud. There has to be something which is a clash. It has to be clashing with something. And what's the clash with that? Western society, Geneva Convention, etc. Wallahu ta'ala alam. Assalamu alaikum. Malik K. London. Can a non-Muslim attend her Muslim family member's funeral? That's fine. It's a means of da'wah. Let them come. Invite them to see how the Muslims pray. SR Ottawa, Ontario. Salam Sheikh. If I'm in the bathroom and do something where I should say the name of Allah after like sneezing, am I allowed to say Alhamdulillah although I'm in the bathroom? The safest thing to do is to avoid it. But it's not necessarily haram to mention Allah's name in the bathroom. There's no proof to state that. That is haram. La yajuz. Wallahu alam. AL from Harlem, New York. What is the ruling on vaccinations for children? I found that they contain porcine gelatin, so that does make them haram. What's important is, I've been asked about this many times, vaccines, etc., etc., etc. I don't think that any Muslim wants people to get sick. And I don't think any Muslim wants people to be prevented from a cure or preventative measure. I don't think that's the issue. But I think some Muslims and non-Muslims alike are against shady business. Something that isn't clear, something to them and their opinions that makes no sense, let alone something that contains things that they consider to be filthy and impure and things that should not go into the human body. So, for argument's sake, if there was a vaccine that was clearly proven to heal, proven to prevent sickness and death, proven to save people's lives by Allah's permission, then I don't think that people will be fighting and arguing over it. I don't think there will be people protesting and arguing over it, even if they chose not to get it. But it's proven versus people saying, get this vaccine, a second dose, a third dose, a fourth dose, a fifth dose, a sixth dose, keep the mask on. Every time you travel, you get a negative test. It's going to, well, you may get symptoms, but they may not show up. Well, actually, you can pass it on, but it's not. Which one is it? What is the vaccine doing for me? What's the vaccine doing for me? Just imagine me hiring a bodyguard, and I'm paying him all types of money. I got to keep paying him. And he says, well, you may get beat up at your next concert. Somebody may throw a brick through the limousine window. Somebody could run on stage and grab you. You're truly not, protected with me. You still got to be armed yourself. You still got to study martial arts, boxing, kung fu yourself. You still have to look in the rearview mirror every 2 seconds. You still can't sign anybody's autograph. You still shouldn't walk to the concert by yourself. But you're still paying me, and you have to pay me and renew my payment. Something is off. Something is not making sense now. So many people, they bully Muslims. I'm talking about Muslims. Oh, you can't talk like that, brother. I'm stuck for the law, brother. My mother died from COVID, so how could you say this? That doesn't mean anything. No Muslim in his right mind is going to sit down and prevent people from getting healed. No Muslim is going to stop people from from protecting themselves from death and sickness. No Muslim wants people to be harmed. So I don't think the issue is over the vaccine. I don't think the people will have a problem with the needle, but I think the people have a problem with being lied to. And people have a problem with something not making any sense. Understand? So there's a huge difference between this and between that. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala surely knows best, let alone the contents of vaccines, what is included in those vaccines. That's a further discussion. But I think people have to be honest with themselves. And just think about the example with the bodyguard, right? You got to keep paying this bodyguard. Every time you get up, go somewhere, you got to keep doing something new with the bodyguard. But the bodyguard isn't giving you no practical, tangible protection. You can still get beat up and trampled at any second. And of course, that can happen with anybody. I think that's clear. And Allah surely knows best. We want to stop here. Jazakumullah khairan. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.